Hey everybody, it's Ed Zoller, Villa Realty Group, Teachers Come By Homes with your Funday Monday winter results. Sorry for my lateness. I am about a week off from this. I do have my Plinko board set up. I have everyone who answered correctly, incorrectly on my board. We did a random generator to figure out 4 names, and we'll get to that. But first, I want to always talk to you guys about a little bit of what's going on in the month. So 2 questions that I get very often are, one, how's the market? We'll get to in a little bit. Second one is, where do you come up with these trivia questions? Like, is it just random questions on the line? And the answer is no. Actually, there's meaning to almost every one of them. That's a little personal to me. So for instance, when I did the Cookie Monster's name is Sid. My daughter is in love with Cookie Monster. She's 17. She's a high school junior, but just adores Cookie Monster. So that's more just for fun. This month's trivia question was about the slow loris. And where do you come up with the slow loris? Well, something that's personal to my wife and myself is we're pretty big into animal rights activists. We're a little bit of animal rights activists. We've rescued 3 dogs. Over the weekend, before I did the trivia question in April, we noticed a neighbor throwing rocks at a gator that's in our back pond. I can't watch any kind of torture of any kind of animal. And so we kind of had a little altercation, and we kind of yelled back and forth, where she said she was throwing rocks because she was scared. And I'm like, you're just either going to instigate it or wound it. Both of those are not advantageous. Gators are here in Florida, get used to them kind of thing. They tend to be more scared of you than it. I gave her the gator hotline number. If you're scared, don't throw rocks or boulders at an alligator to try to hurt it. It's just something. So I wanted to do this trivia question this month about the slow loris. Not that I've ever had one before, but I saw a meme online, very popular, that shows a slow loris being tickled and his hands are in the air, and they did this whole cute thing about how cute it is. He loves to be tickled. But as you can see, the title of that is Tickling is Torture for a Slow Loris. Wait a second. Their poison glands are in their elbows. And when they raise their arms like that, would they have had teeth? How they deliver their poison is they suck the poison and they bite you. But these slow lorises that are domesticated, or I couldn't say them domesticated, captured and put into homes because they're cute, have their teeth ripped out. So they don't have teeth, so they will just sit there frozen. That's not a look of tickling and funny. That is a look of torture, and it's something that I don't like looking at. When the meme has actually spawned a whole generation of people who want to go out and get their own slow loris so they can tickle them. There is an organization, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video, that of an organization that I give charitable donations to. That's another question people have asked is, you've given over 150 grand back to Lee County schools, to the programs that teachers wanted the money to go to, but do you donate to anyone else? The answer is yes. I'm very particular about my organizations that I do donate to. I used to give to a charity, then I realized that only 3% of what I'm donating to actually goes toward what I want it to go towards. And so you got to be careful with any old charity, is sometimes it's a money-making organization, even if they're not-for-profit, especially when you see how much administration gets paid. So there is an organization, and I'll show that to you here, and it's called the International Animal Rescue. They have a whole campaign right now that tickling is torture for the slow loris. You can donate whatever you want. You can even kind of have an animal if you want, a monkey or whatnot, and they'll give you some things in the mail. 92%, or a little over 92% of what they bring in actually goes towards their programs. And so it's just something that, if you want to know what I'm donating to, that's one of my charities that I like to donate to. The second question I get all the time is, how's the market? And that is a very complex. Some agents will just say, oh, it's good, or oh, it's fantastic, or it's a seller's market, or it's crazy, and that's it. My opinion is always based on facts, and what I try to do is compile data. What you may not know about me is that I put out market updates. I used to put out market updates every single month for over a decade. Back when 2005, 6, 7, all the way to 2015, I was tracking a heavily increasing market, and obviously I tracked the crash all the way to the bottom. Many investors ask me, when's the bottom going to happen? And the best way to stay tuned with what the market's doing is were these market updates. In 2015, the market got really boring. It was like a little engine that could. It just chugged along at 3% a year. It was very flatline, so you didn't need to see month-to-month updates on a market that's stabilized. But obviously, our market is not stabilized right now because of the crazy increase. We have crazy increased interest rates. At the time I'm shooting this video, it's only going up from there. Feds are going to keep raising that rate, as they said. And how does that impact the real estate market? More specifically, how does it impact the Southwest Florida market? So I published my update in a few years. I have put it right on my teacherscanbuyhomes.com site. There's a yellow button right on the first page. It says click here for a market update. And if you do click that, it is a 40-part page PowerPoint in a PDF form, so you don't need PowerPoint. And the update as far as the data goes is just that. It's just data. And I tend not to put my opinion to it, just other than to state the obvious. Pendings are up, solds are down, actives are up. But this one is kind of gearing toward the people who don't understand what made us go up during the last boom in 2006 and 7, what caused our crash, and then what has caused this increase and possible, change in the future. And so what I did was I did about 20 of those slides are more case-by-case scenarios. I did a PowerPoint in 2010 that's titled If I Only Knew, where I actually, in hindsight, was able to tell people, I tracked the market monthly. I didn't see the crash happening until 4 or 5 months later. And if I knew then what I know now, and I was in my 30s at the time I wrote it, I took one of those slides and I put that up to say this was me back 15 years ago saying I should be looking at these things. And so the reason it's so long is because it goes through each of those 5 bullet points, comparing 2022 to 2007, the differences, the similarities. And so if you want to know more about the real estate market, what the market's like in Southwest Florida, please feel free to go to right now teacherscanbuyhomes.com. I'm just going to keep putting PowerPoints in there. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. And I hope you enjoy the information, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are too. I do put my opinion, but I always say my opinion is always based on facts. Anyway, enough about all that. Let's get to the winners. That's what a lot of you. So, live, I'm going to roll this fictitious 8-sided die. It will say number 6. Slot-wise, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I'm going to put it there. Our finalists right now are Aaron Justice, Laura Sir, Colin O'Keefe, and Jeremy Westergreen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the chip will tell me who's winning the gift card. I got Jeremy Westergreen. Jeremy, you're going to be getting a $25 Amazon gift card as soon as you see this video. Hopefully you enjoy that. I will put these out every single month. This one I just wanted to explain where I came up with this trivia question. All of them are going to have some sort of meaning. And I say that as a hint because at the end of the year, I might actually hit you with a multiple choice test to see if you guys have been paying attention to these things, and I'm probably going to have a big prize for the end of the year towards Christmas time. Hope you guys are all doing great. I hope everyone's enjoying their home. God bless, and talk to you later soon. Bye-bye.